Well, good day everyone. We have a Pontiac Rageous here from Hot Wheels, and this is an older one, I guess. It says copyright 1998 right there. Yeah, so pretty old. This is an old concept car, obviously. And it was doing the show circuit about 1997, supposedly. And before I forget, I want to do the scale of this guy. So the measurements of the wheelbase is 2967 millimeters. Let me get my calipers out and zero this thing, and then measure. Yeah, I guess I can measure these plastic humps actually. The axles look centered to them. Maybe around there. 45.3. Yeah, 165 and a half. So it's possible, maybe. Maybe it's 164. Let me measure axle to axle center. Try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to have my models all at 164. Granted, it's not going to happen all the time with Hot Wheels, but maybe. Yeah, 45.5. Let's try this again. 2967 divided by 45.5. Still 165. No way around it. It's close. Just, not 164, which is what I'm sure what most people want to have. Anyhow, what we have here is the concept is quite interesting in its styling. But it's powered by a V8 of 5.7 liters and making around 315 horsepower. And then it was fed through a 5-speed transmission. And it would do 0 to 60 in around 5.5 seconds. And it's an interesting design ahead of its time. It's a hatchback with suicide rear doors and a drop-down tailgate. So, the drop-down tailgate is obviously very truck-inspired, but the side view, suicide rear doors, this looks like a Mazda RX-8 to me, right? Pontiac died in 2010, by the way, that brand, part of GM. So the wheels here, I'm going to replace them, but it was a good choice by Hot Wheels. They're actually quite similar to the, ones on the concept, just missing some black lines. And then it's nice that it actually says Rageous here. A little Hot Wheels logo there. Some black printing on the side here. Yeah, it's pretty decent, I guess. Going to the front, yeah, no paint or anything like that. The black base is coming through. And what is this here? Yeah, there's some dots or something on the real car, so that makes sense. And the headlights, yeah, they're molded in two pieces like this and that looks realistic to the real one as well. And it's a nice metallic red, I guess. It's a pretty dark red, I guess. The interior is a nice color because you can actually see all the details in it. So I'm glad to see that's not, a darker color. You can actually see the casting down there for the trunk, so maybe it is supposed to be like a pickup bed trunk. And then, yeah, they painted the black on the roof as well. That's a little scratched, I think, from maybe the blister, or what is that? I don't know. This side of the Rageous is printed as well. And going around to the back, well, decent enough attempt for the wing, considering it's a Hot Wheels and meant to be played with by children. So it has to be extra big, extra strong. Some dots here. I guess that's a backup light, and that's the exhaust on the real thing. And then we have some little details. I don't know what they would be called. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Alright, so here we are with the wheels. The tires and the wheel are a separate piece, but the brake is part of this wheel print. But the openings are big enough that if you're careful, you can actually paint the disc brake silver. I clear coated my wheel after painting it black, and then if I made a mistake, I just wiped out the silver paint very quickly. And then all the silver on the lines of the wheel here are just silver Sharpie marker. I was too lazy to even paint it. Sharpie works better. Okay, so yeah, this one, not that I care so much, it does roll. I reused the axles, and then I added some silver paint, orange paint. The real car seems to have headlight covers. These are body colored on the show car. Yeah, some black in the vents. And then some silver back here. And then the taillights are hidden behind the smoked glass, so I didn't bother painting those. I know no paint's going to stick to that plastic. Okay, so that's it. A lot of funky details on that interior, that's for sure. It's actually one of the better interiors by Hot Wheels. And even some bed details there. Alright, let's take a look at a few other models. You know, I get a vibe of the Subaru SVX in this thing. So this is the Subaru SVX from Kyosho. And you can clearly see this is a huge casting. So some other Pontiacs. I can also see the vibe of the this generation of Firebird. This is one of those Knight Rider kit cars. So it's technically not a stock Firebird, but you know, it's got that sharp pointy nose kind of thing going on. So the Pontiac styling. To kick it old school, we have a old Auto World, a 76 Trans Am with the Golden Eagle, so that's a cool one for sure. I only wish it had clear taillights and headlights, but Auto World for some reason thinks that looks good. It doesn't look good. Clear headlights would make that look so much better. Just lose the opening hood and put the money into taillights and headlights, I think. Alright, so, yeah. Well, you know what, actually, this doesn't look... If this is true 64, that doesn't look so bad. I think maybe the SVX is just... Maybe it's a smaller, mid-sized car by Subaru at the time. We don't know if that's the scale, I can't remember. But just looking at those two, that doesn't seem too atrocious in their scale, right? Did I do the top view? I already forget. So, yeah. Yeah, well, you can decide if it looks good or not next to your other models. So, we got the little show stand here. Yeah, so it's an alright casting. I mean, look at the photograph. It looks similar to that photograph quite a bit, actually. And I guess that makes me happy. So, if you like show cars, you like Pontiac, this video is for you. If not, we'll catch you in the next one. See you now. Bye.